Hi, and welcome to Positive Pets with MJ. I'm back with Lisa again today. Welcome back, Lisa.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for listening. We have some tips for you for firework safety for your dog. So keeping them from becoming nervous during fireworks, and also other summertime activities that will be going on, like parades and festivals. So ways to keep your dog calm and fear-free during all of this exciting things that will be happening the next few days and throughout summer usually. So do you have any tips? We talked about this a little bit before the show, to start with items that people should stock up on first. So before they start the training, maybe just getting a list of items that they might want to have in their house.
Sure. A few things that we might want to stock up on are going to be your natural remedies, like things that are called like composure rescue remedy, where they are natural supplements that can help calm your dog. They're usually flower based, have like lavender and things like that in it, which can help take a little bit of the edge off. A few other products are a good safe leash, maybe a martingale collar with a very secure leash. That way you can keep track of your dog. Oftentimes when dogs hear fireworks, they want to run.
Yeah.
So keeping them secure is super important. And then a thunder shirt could be another item you could pick up. It's basically a t-shirt that you put on your dog, and it's kind of snug. It has some adjustable like Velcro straps. It's supposed to mimic like how a mother holds a baby, coddles him or her, and kind of keeps them feeling secure.
And I find those work really well for some dogs. It just makes them feel really calm and comfortable. It might not work for every dog. Some dogs don't respond to it, but it's definitely something worth trying. And I like that you brought up the martingale collar. So even if you take your dog out on a harness or on just a regular collar, if they hear a firework when you're outside with them, they're going to want to bolt, like you said. So doubling up on your leash and having something around them that they can't get out of will be really beneficial. And also ID tags. So having them, make sure their IDs are up to date. Their driver's licenses.
That's so cute.
They have their microchips up to date and their tags are on them in case they do get loose. It's sad, but this is one of the days, 4th of July is one of the days that a lot of pets end up in shelters. And I think the statistics say like it's the day out of the year that the most pets end up in shelters, because they get loose and they get lost, and that's where they end up. So it's really important to keep them safe and secure.
I agree with you. Really great point on that microchip. Tons and tons and tons of dogs, microchips are not, their information is not up to date. Either the owner moved or you got this dog from somebody else. I would take the time to investigate that over the next couple of days. Make sure that's all up to date.
Do you know the best way to do that? Is there a website, or does it just go by the paperwork that you originally have? You might have a login for it. Do you have any recommendations?
Yeah, so anyone can look up any microchip. If you get it scanned, usually your vet's office or your groomer sometimes have microchip scanners. Once you have that ID number, you can go to mypetmicrochiplookup.com. It's an easy Google search. You type in your pet's microchip number, and it brings up the last current information.
Easy as that.
Yep, pretty easy.
And that's what happens. Sometimes dogs change homes, or like you said, you move and you forget about that. With everything else that you have to do, it's one thing that you kind of forget about because you don't see it. It's inside of them. So it's really important to make sure all of that information is up to date. If your dog does get loose, you want to make sure that they are able to get back to you as quickly as possible.
Absolutely. That also being said, maybe snapping a couple of current photos of your dog would be good, just in case you've ever had to make a lost and found poster.
That's a really good idea. Do you take any photos of your dog?
My entire camera roll is dog pictures.
I think most pet owners are probably like, yeah, I take photos of my dog every day. I got that down. Check.
Except for that one time.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't think I got a new phone, or, whatever happened.
And sometimes they change. Like even if their hairstyle changes, it's like us. If they get a different groom, they look very different from when, the recent photo is really important, because styles can change a dog's appearance quite a bit, especially with all the creative grooming styles we have nowadays.
Absolutely. I bet Max looked a lot different with long ears.
He did. I love the shaved ears, though. It's so much easier. It's nice in the summer.
It is. I bet he's a lot cooler, too.
Yeah, he likes it.
Speaking of staying cool, we're in quite a heat wave this week.
Yes.
So keeping your pet inside or keeping them cool and hydrated is going to be very important this week.
Absolutely. And lots of nice, cool spring water. Tap water is fine too. But if you feel like your dog isn't drinking enough, you could try the spring water. Sometimes they'll prefer that. Or even doing like flavored water, not the flavored water that we buy, but putting a treat in it or a spoonful of dog food just so it tastes really good and you can make sure they're drinking plenty. And what else do you like to do? Maybe doggy ice cream?
I love doggy ice cream. Well, not me. My dogs love it.
Well, you have to try it first.
Of course. Peanut butter flavored, cheese flavored. Doggy ice cream treats in moderation can be a great way for your pup to cool off. You can even make some at-home doggy ice creams with some plain yogurt, maybe some berries and a couple of dog treats in it. Pop it in the freezer for a little while.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll love to snack on that.
What I like to do the day before the 4th of July is get the Kong toys and stuff them with some food, stick them in the freezer, and then they're ready for the dogs if they get nervous. I'm really lucky. My dogs don't seem very bothered by fireworks, but it's still something that's out of the ordinary for them, and it's really loud, so it's just giving them something to do to distract them from all of that that's going on outside.
Yeah, that actually sounds really great. If your dog is crate trained, making sure that they're secure in their crate when you think the most fireworks are going to be happening, pop that Kong toy right in the crate. Maybe turn up the TV a little extra loud and pull the shades. That might help kind of keep things in that room where your dog is kept, a little bit more secure and homely feeling to them.
TV, air conditioner. Sounds like a good night at home.
It does. It's a good night for a dog to stay inside.
Yeah. And if you have a dog that really has a phobia of fireworks, so some dogs are just a little bit nervous, they don't like it, and you can see their behavior changes, but some dogs have a real severe phobia, and this can cause, physical symptoms. They're not just like hiding, but they're drooling and shaking, and it's really a bad thing for them. So if you have a dog like that, I would recommend talking to your vet, and you being a vet tech, having experience with that, I'm sure you have seen a lot of people come in for that over the years.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably about the week before the 4th of July, or even a couple days after, we'll have a couple of people coming in with their dogs asking for a couple of medications, which based on your dog's history and how healthy they are, your vet can prescribe something that can sometimes help take the edge off. That's going to be a little bit more than your calming supplements. You can always ask your veterinarian. Sometimes you can double up a sedative when it's really bad, and then use those calming supplements a couple of days leading up to large events. I'm sure this isn't going to be the only day of the year that people are kind of lighting off fireworks or having a party. So
let's face it, it's all summer long.
It is. It's a tough time to be a dog.
And stay home. I mean, if your dog is really that nervous, just, skip the fun and stay home.
Yeah, I agree.
That's my best recommendation.
Yeah, making sure your dog is safe. Some dogs, like you said, have real extreme phobias. They can really hurt themselves. So making sure that you can keep a good eye on your pet, whether it's you staying home or maybe your mom can come over and watch your pup for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
My mom's always up for that.
Aw. Well, I mean, your puppies are really cute, so if you were to ask me, I would probably be there in a second.
It's hard to say no.
It's hard to say no. Yeah, so definitely being there with them so you can supervise. Dogs with extreme firework anxiety will do things like you'll see stories of dogs breaking through windows and just trying to escape. So having someone there to make sure that doesn't happen is really important, because of course they can hurt themselves and then they can get free and be loose. That's a bad thing as well.
Yeah. We don't want dogs running the streets the day after 4th of July or that night. It'd
definitely
be quite dangerous.
And over time, there's different training programs you can do with your dog to prepare. So even if you didn't get to work with your dog much this year and it's already the 4th of July, you can start planning for next year and also start planning for other things that might make them nervous, like thunder or loud noises, sirens. So doing counter conditioning programs with your dog where you're playing these sounds on a recording, so you can just get like YouTube videos of these different sounds and you're just pairing them with really positive things. So your dog thinks firework means, treats or attention or praise.
That's a great idea, like you said. And then you can start off playing those videos nice and quiet, and then kind of work your way up. Maybe put them on the surround sound eventually. I mean, face it, 4th of July fireworks are quite loud. So if you really want to condition them up to that point where they feel safe, using super high value treats, whether that be hot dogs, chicken, some yummy, delicious cheese, or just their favorite dog biscuit.
Yeah, whatever they love. And also doing some types of scent association. This is something new I've been kind of trying with different clients. And it's just where you have a scent that it could be a neutral scent. It might not have any meaning, but usually we use lavender because it's naturally calming. And what we'll do is before the dog experiences the negative thing like the fireworks, we'll pair the scent with a lot of really positive things. And then on the day of, 4th of July, when there's a lot of fireworks, we'll introduce that scent. So now you're kind of triggering the memory of they've had all these really positive experiences associated with that scent. I know this sounds a little out there, but
I love it.
It's a little different. It's a program that takes a lot of time. That's the challenge for it, but it's definitely something to think of for next year and for any event that your dog might be nervous of. Thunder is a really big one too.
Yeah, a lot of dogs can sense the storms are coming way beforehand. Taking those calming supplements, or like you said, doing that scent work with them can really help lead up to that, and making sure you don't start getting nervous and feeding into your dog's nervousness can be a big help as well.
That's a really important one because dogs mirror us so much. So if we're changing our routine a lot and we're really nervous and we are expecting them to be nervous, they're going to mirror that emotion as well.
Yeah, so maybe staying calm, giving them that positive reinforcement, and just letting them know that everything's going to be okay. Stay kind of cool, calm, collect for your pup.
Yeah, I like that. Cool, calm, collect. That's perfect. Yep. What about training games? That's an idea too, to tire them out the day of.
Oh, that's a great idea, Melissa. We could always wake up in the morning, go for a nice early morning walk before it gets hot.
Yeah.
And then play some fun indoor training games, get their brain really, really tired. Either feeding puzzle games or even just doing a little bit of trick training can really tire a pup out. By the time it's time for fireworks, they'll hopefully go right to bed for you.
Yeah, definitely. That helps, and it's fun for us as always. We love training games.
Yes, of course. Training games are quite fun.
So I did go to, I went around to a couple pet stores today to see if they had a lot of these calming items in stock, and they do, and a lot of them are open late today, and some of them are even open on the 4th of July. So you can definitely find these. It's not too late to stock up on the Thunder shirts and the calming products. They even have like the collars that have the calming scent to them. So those are really useful.
Yeah, I think the Thunder shirt has a whole line of products, which are nice. They have some plugins for your wall. So if you know your dog's going to be in one room, it can kind of fill the whole room with a calming pheromone. They have the collars. They have a spray that you can spray on the furniture and things around your pup. So all of those make great items for your shopping list this holiday.
And if you don't know what to get, just get it all, right?
Yeah, exactly.
See what works.
Well, and that's kind of the thing too. You don't know exactly what product is going to work for your dog, so you might have to try some of these out.
Yeah, some dogs, it's like night and day. You see such a big difference, and then other dogs, you don't see as much of a difference. So it's really trying it out and seeing what works. And then in combination with the training and behavior modification over time, you can really help your dog become confident and not be so nervous of these things.
Sounds like a great holiday to me.
Yeah. Now, do you recommend, I think we talked about this too, leaving dogs at home for parades and for festivals and things that might be really noisy and have a lot going on?
Yeah, so I think that really depends on the dog. If your dog is the kind of dog that you only bring out a couple times a year to go to the groomer or the veterinarian, those are the kind of dogs that I'm more apt to leave at home. They're not going to be used to the loud noises, fire truck sirens, police sirens, a bunch of children laughing, having a good time. That's really going to send them over the edge. But if your dog is a dog that you bring out all the time, bring them to the pet store or the dog park, they might be okay. I think you really have to kind of test out beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Bringing your dog out in public, I think we talked about this on a show before, just getting them conditioned to those can really help.
And that helps in all areas. It spills over into just having a dog that is ready to experience life. And those are the dogs that are the most fun to have because, you can do stuff with them and not have to worry about them getting nervous or upset about it.
Exactly. And we don't have to worry about them, just sitting at home in their kennels all day, or, just snoozing around on the couch. A pup that we can take out in public and have a good time with, we can take on vacation. That's going to make for a very happy dog.
See, so you agree, taking your dog on vacation is the best kind of vacation, right?
Absolutely. I'm not going on vacation without my dog.
Right? Every time I tell people that, they're like, that's not a vacation.
Oh, yes, it is.
Of course it is.
Yeah. My dogs know how to sleep in anyways.
Yeah. Well, maybe not the puppy, but
oh, yeah, she wakes
we're
up
getting
early.
there.
She's getting there. Scout's teaching her.
Aw. I think Scout was a big hit last week. It was really fun having him on the show.
Yes, I think so too.
I let my dogs watch it, so they were excited about that.
Were they barking out the TV?
Well, Max doesn't really know how to bark.
Kind of howls.
We learned that the other day too.
Yeah. He's a good character.
So out of all this information, I think the number one tip is staying home with your dog or having somebody stay home with them if you're going out for 4th of July. So making sure that they're safe and somebody is there supervising them and comforting them and just kind of having a good time, keeping them busy. Prepare with things in the freezer.
Yeah.
Kongs, ice cream. I don't know. What else do you like to freeze? Do you have anything else?
So I really like the Kong toys. There's tons of different things we can put in there to freeze. Peanut butter, if your dog's a peanut butter fan. I like to mix all of these things with kibble as well. So it would be peanut butter and kibble, or pumpkin, frozen pumpkin with kibble, even a little bit of wet dog food. Really depends on your dog's taste. The other thing, cheese sticks are usually a big hit. You can freeze those as well to try and make them last a little bit longer. If your pet is not picky, or it might have a little extra pounds on him, some frozen carrots will be great.
Yeah,
one of the big reasons why we freeze them, it just makes the treats last a little bit longer.
Yeah, and then it's ready for you. You don't have to prepare it before you go out and leave your dog with the dog sitter, babysitter.
Yeah, they can just go in the freezer or the refrigerator, pick it right out and feed it to your pup.
And you can really put their whole dinner in the Kong toy. That way they have to work for it and it's keeping them busy.
Yeah, that's always great if you have an extra food motivated dog.
I know a few of those.
Me too.
And dogs that aren't food motivated, playing the training games and just doing things where you're interacting with them, tire them out before the fireworks start, which is usually, as soon as it gets dark out, the fireworks will start. So being prepared ahead of time so they're tired and they're relaxed and they're ready to just kind of veg and listen to the TV during that.
Absolutely. I've also found that playing games and doing tricks with my dog can really help reassure him when he's ever in a spot where he's unsure. So if he's ever afraid, I just give him a command that I know he knows, like just to sit or lay down, to give me paw. And he's like, oh, I know how to do these things. The situation might be a little bit less scary to them.
Yeah, it can be a huge confidence booster. Absolutely. I agree. Is there anything else that we forgot to mention?
Let me see. We talked about toys and treats. We talked about crate safety. Leash safety, making sure you have a good, secure leash, fun games, calming supplements. I think we hit it just about all.
I think we covered it. So have a very happy 4th of July and be safe and have fun. Give your dog lots of cuddles and kisses from Lisa and I. And this is Positive Pets with MJ.
And I'm Lisa.
Thanks for listening. Stay positive.